On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
To participate in something that you don't want to be a part of. I am genuinely curious, bro. That confuses me. So that's my
Well,
only
the thing
take.
is, Anton,
Ain't
I
nobody
want to
think
bring up
about that.
something. I want to bring up a point. I think the reason why they cannot stop thinking about him is because he's having an effect. He's having an effect on the men. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
women, they don't want him to have that effect, so they want to stop him no matter
But
what. It's not even
Amir,
about liking.
the thing that I'm confused about though, and I always say this, even the guys that come on my platform and they be looking like a bag of bricks and they be looking like trash half the time, right? I'm confused. You only have to get it right once. You only have to marry one person. And so if you only got to get it right once, what do I care about what the rest of these people is doing if that don't align with the direction that I'm going in my space and in my relationship? Most of these people don't have a platform. They don't have a voice. They're not out here coaching people. They don't have to be responsible for how they're affecting people on a larger scale, such as Kev. So why do they care if you
Because they
winning
have a
in your
game going,
relationship?
Anton.
Yeah,
There's a game
I get it.
going.
All right, you guys. I just wanted to kind of throw that in and get you guys' opinions and thoughts and perspectives. But now it's time to get to the juice. The juice, the juice, the juice. Our next topic, before we get started, make sure you guys get them likes up right now. Also, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate the super chats. Let's talk about the petition to remove Kevin Samuels. The petition to remove Kevin Samuels. I want to say about a couple of days, I woke up to the blogs and all the social media, and I saw this petition to remove Kevin Samuels. So I did a little research. Coming to find out, this was started by a black woman. I can't quite remember if it was earlier this year or if it was a year ago, but she decided to go to change.org and to put out this petition to remove Kevin Samuels from YouTube and Instagram. There was another young lady that contacted that girl that originally did it, and she said, "Hey, I did a video about your petition," and so the movement started. The movement started, and then now we have thousands and thousands of people right now that are petitioning to remove Kevin Samuels. In my opinion, I think that it is BS because I tried that the allegations that they were saying that he did was he was promoting abuse, violence against women, and so forth. I think this was just a bandwagon that a lot of women decided to hop on. And I think that these women are bitter because I also watched the video of the young lady and her response, and she seemed pretty bitter, upset, not being able to accept the truth. The truth hurts. I know it does. And the fact that we have a young man that's holding women accountable, that's telling women the raw truth, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. I will not be signing that petition, and I'm for Kevin Samuels to keep pushing the message that he's doing. I believe that he's uplifting a lot of men. He's having men think, giving them a voice. In some instances, he's giving men the courage to be able to speak up, to recognize their worth, to be able to handle their relationship as necessary, and also to hold women accountable and express to them that men have expectations too. And if you can't live up to those expectations, guess what? You're not qualified. You're going to die alone. Get you a dog. With that said, I want to get you guys' opinion about the petition to remove Kevin Samuels. I'm going to start with you, Courtney.
Well, I'm a big supporter of Kevin Samuels, so I think the petition is whack. Even with reading the petition, it's absolutely lies in it. It says that he promotes violence towards women, domestic violence. There's been instances where people have tried to kill themselves because of his message. So it's just complete lies. So they've been trying to take him out from the get-go. Well, not from the get-go. Just within the past year that he's talked about women. But again, let's not forget that he's spent 3-4 years talking about men, holding them accountable. So Kevin Samuels gives it on both ends. He's not just talking about women and how we don't want to be accountable and rating and what dress size you wear. He's done that for men. It actually went harder on men. The past year, he's now talking about women, which needs to be said. But the core of Kevin is getting Black families together. It's marriage. It's a nuclear family. And he's worked on the men. And now he's working on women. He didn't do it together because it's deeper than that. So he took men and now he's taking women, and women can't handle it because they've never heard it. We talked about change and why is it so hard for women to change? Well, this is a core instance of what's going on. Women don't want to change. And it's hard for women to hold themselves accountable. We're emotional, we get sad, and we start taking everything so personable when it's like, it is what it is. Just change and be better, the better version of yourself. So the petition is trash. I think it's up like at 12K. It started like 3 months ago. So it's been there for a while. It just didn't pop up. It's just now kind of getting steam. But there's also a petition now that started to support him. I don't think it's hit 1,000 yet, but there's also a counter petition as well too. So, I definitely support him. But again, his message is for marriages between Black people and to have kids within the marriage. That's his number one goal, and he understands the problem. But now and you see his show has changed. It's solution based now, so that should be our focus.
Okay. I appreciate that perspective. And I understand that he speaks a lot about the Black community, but like all information, somebody can take something from it and apply it to them lives. So I appreciate you guys being on the panel, being able to speak on this, Amira and Nina. Are you guys familiar with Kevin Samuels, both of you guys? Yeah?
Very much.
Okay. I'll start with you, Amira. This petition that they have to remove Kevin Samuels, what are your thoughts?
Kevin Samuels is doing something that I want to share with you all. Look, I know, as Kay said, maybe I don't understand everything about the community, but one thing I do understand is logic and what works and what doesn't work. And Kevin, I've listened to Kevin, and he is a very logical man, and he's sharing something that is shared every day in our community, in my community. So him sharing that information with you all, I didn't think it was something so taboo or something so unheard of, but apparently from the response that I see that he's getting from the women of his own culture, I didn't know that it would be this hard to hear the things that we grew up hearing. The things that Kevin says are not new to me. Like, we hear this every day from our father. So that's why I was so curious to watch and see the reaction to it, because it shouldn't be that difficult to hear. And the response is so over the top that they're trying to cancel someone. And it's like, if he was not a Black man, would they still be trying to do this? I wonder. Or is it just because he's a man and he's doing it? I don't understand, like, why you have to try to shut someone up.
Well, let me put a little context to it as well, too. So, again, you heard this from your father. That's an important fact, because a lot of us don't have fathers in the home. So, again, I've heard it all before. Like, our fathers should be telling us this. A lot of us don't have fathers and haven't heard it, and had to be brought up with mothers and emotional household, and logic wasn't in our home. And then we start watching TV and music where it was still illogical. So a lot of us didn't grow up with logic. We had to learn this stuff, and, trial and error, unfortunately. And I'm not trying to make an excuse, but it is what it is. We grew up without fathers, and that's what brings structure. That's what brings discipline. That's what brings a logical mind frame. So if you don't have that in a home, you're already lacking. So that's one thing. And then even with Black women going against him, he has a Black audience. So though his proponents are going to be Black. So it's Black women, but that's who he caters to. So let's kind of give context to a lot of stuff. Now, are there white men doing what he's doing? Yes. There's white men speaking about white women the exact same way. I don't know if they have a bigger following, but Kevin right now is hot. He's the hottest thing on YouTube. So therefore, it's going to be scrutinized a lot more. And then people are going to look at this a lot more than someone with 400K. He's over 1 million right now.
Okay. I definitely appreciate it. It's like you girls, not girls, it's like you ladies agree. So I guess that's a good thing right now. So definitely good work. Nino, coming to you, and again, I definitely appreciate you guys. I understand that it's just a different perspective from different cultures. So that's why I think that we should all appreciate how other people view it. You know, it's not often that we able to do that. So I appreciate it. Nina, Kevin Samuels, The Petition. What are your thoughts?
I mean, call me oblivious, but this was the first of me researching it whenever you brought it up to me. I did see, like what Courtney was saying, I saw a lot of the allegations against him, what they were saying about the violence, and it's really hard to tell or see what was true, what isn't, based off of just what you are talking about on here. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, it is things that people need to hear. And then I do see, I mean, I see everybody's views on here. I see why Antone is frustrated with things, and Kay, and I see where everybody is coming from, and then everybody's version of success or definition of success is different. And it sucks that things can't be, let's do this, stick to this. And, you know, like Anton said, you have to, for him, cut off the bad apples, because a lot of people aren't seeing the things the same way that he's seeing them, or taking it differently. As far as Amira was saying, you know, that's what she grew up with. And so it wasn't a shock to her. And I grew up with certain things too. So if someone was to come in and tell me this is the way things need to be done, or you need to hear this, I'd be like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to pursue. And then if someone was to come in with something different, then yeah, I would definitely want to know the logic behind it and why. And if it's working and it is successful, it would for sure be something that I would pursue. And I see the different views, and I see also where Kevin Samuels is coming from as well. And as far as me and on my end, I do agree that a lot of these things are things that people need to hear, not necessarily want to hear. And then it's up to you whether you choose to abide by that or follow that concept, or to continue to stay the same and do whatever you want to do. And if that's working for you and that's how you feel, then have at it. And if this is something else is working better for me and I'm more successful this way, and this is what I like to do, I'm going to have at it. And if we have difference of opinions, cool. If it gets to a point to where I can't support what you're doing, then you cut it off. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of things, it's so easy to make things black and white, make things stay inside the lines, and a lot of things don't work that way, and some things do work that way. And I definitely see where everybody's coming from. And yeah, I mean, it's, you know,
Yeah,
I mean,
I got you. Yeah, man, I seen some crazy videos, man. I mean, these women are coming out from nowhere. They definitely riding the wave with this coming out. I guess this petition gives them a voice. Coming to you, Anton. Kevin Samuels, you refer to him as Unc. Let's get your thoughts about the petition to remove Kevin Samuels. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I kicked it with him. He ain't thinking about them. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit, bro. He's too busy celebrating. He about to get a new car. He getting new watches. Hold on, let me make sure it's yeah. He too busy winning to even get paid at any mind. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, so I am confused as to if somebody doesn't like anybody or like somebody specifically, why do they continue to watch their content? I don't understand why somebody continues to indulge in something that annoys them or that they don't like. Ultimately, if I don't like something or I'm not rocking with something specifically, I just literally say, okay, don't recommend this channel to me no more, or don't recommend this content to me anymore. And I am ultimately confused as to why people troll or why people take pleasure in participating on things that they don't agree with. That's my biggest thing, because Kev ain't going nowhere. Kev is doing Kev, and he not even thinking twice about it. He out here living life and having a good time while he taking up rent in people's heads that don't even care about him. But I am confused as to why people watch content that they don't care for. I don't even know how videos get dislikes, especially if you don't care for something. Why are you even on there to sit at and you know what I'm saying, view it long enough to even dislike it? I'm so confused as to that.
Anton, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I'm thinking about you and your lives. How even before
I
you even get on, you get about 3-4 dislikes.
They throw the dislikes
on there
when it's scheduled, and it's like, why are you coming here to participate in something that you don't want to be a part of? I am genuinely curious, bro. That confuses me. So that's my.
Well, the thing is, Anton, I want to bring up something. I want to bring up a point. I think the reason why they cannot stop thinking about him is because he's having an effect. He's having an effect on the men. And I think a lot of women, they don't want him to have that effect, so they want to stop him no matter what. It's not even about liking.
The thing that I'm confused about, though, and I always say this, even the guys that come on my platform and they be looking like a bag of bricks and they be looking like trash half the time, right? I'm confused. You only have to get it right once. You only have to marry one person. And so if you only got to get it right once, what do I care about what the rest of these people is doing if that don't align with the direction that I'm going in my space and in my relationship? Most of these people don't have a platform. They don't have a voice. They're not out here coaching people. They don't have to be responsible for how they're affecting people on a larger scale, such as Kev. So why do they care if you win in your relationship? Yeah, I get it. If I'm winning, if I'm a woman and I'm winning, and I'm completely consumed with how awesome the guy is that I'm with, why would I care about what other people, what Kev is doing or what these other dudes are saying? Because it wouldn't have any effect on you whatsoever.
Because they're single. They don't have that.
All right, Kay. Talk about Kevin Samuels in this petition. What are your thoughts?
I agree with what Anton just said. Like, why would you?
Kay trying to get back in my good graces. She working on it.
I know. I'm
gonna let her work on it.
From your whole life, Anton. But,
I might forgive you. Let me see what you're about to say.
I agree with what he just said. Like, why? Like, when I see videos that have a bunch of dislikes, I'm like, why are you here? Like, why would you watch it? Why would you spend your precious time putting energy into something where your view, regardless of if you like it or not, is now, financially supporting the person that you claim not to like? It just doesn't make any sense.
And there's a lot of that goes on everywhere. When JR was telling me that we were going to talk about Kevin Samuels today, and then I saw the hate that he was getting, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't understand if people, this many people, I don't understand how he has that much attention and it's all from a lot of haters. Why are they putting their time into that when there's other things that they can be doing?
And then they wouldn't have to do a petition. Like, just stop giving the attention and let whatever happens happen. I don't think, in terms of a petition, like, I would never start a petition about Kevin Samuels. My thing is, just don't watch what you don't want to see. Like, it just doesn't even make sense to me. I saw, who did I see? I saw somebody recently say something about the whole promoting of domestic abuse. Maybe it was in a comment section. I'm not even sure. But I think that stemmed from that conversation that we had. And I'm not sure if he had it on. I'm not sure if he had it on his show because I didn't watch. But I know that we had a conversation about domestic discipline. And I think that people, looked at that way. And of course, if somebody's talking about domestic discipline, there are going to be people that say, like, what are you talking about? And I agree, because, you shouldn't be, like, beating your wife. But if you and your wife...
about that.
No, but this is the thing. If you and your wife are in a BDSM power dynamic situation and y'all have agreed to this on some, like, maybe kink type of thing or whatever, fine. But I don't think that I don't know. I mean, in terms of people bringing up the domestic discipline, or I think Courtney or JR, I'm not sure who mentioned it first about that when talking about the Kevin Samuels petition.
Yeah.
Banana split.
Well, on the petition, it said that he promoted domestic violence. And the lady that started the petition, I went to go see, her page and what she was talking about. And she struggles. She's a struggling creator.
As my boy O'Shea would say.
Right.
Struggle streamer.
Struggle streamer. Right. But she was saying like he had a show where he was like, oh, so now you choosing violence. All right, I'm choosing violence too. I mean, that's what we say when we know we're about to get heated. That has nothing to do with literally violence. But she tried to use that in the petition, meaning that he's a violent person. I know that I had to check a comedian because he tried to use the part of our show about domestic discipline. He tried to, kind of coin it and edit it as if Kevin was saying that this is what he practiced and what he believes in. But watching the whole clip or the whole show, you would see it's not what he's saying he believes in or does. He's talking about something that happens, that goes on, which is truth. So people are using these things to try to get at him, which is all lies, all cap. But that's what they're trying to do to attack him. They couldn't do it when they was trying to say that he bashes women. That didn't work. Didn't work when they kept saying he was gay. That didn't work.
There were other petitions before. Were there other petitions, or is this the first one?
Well, there have been a lot of people. There's one in particular who I can't stand. They've been trying to make shows to get him off. So now this is the next step. The next step is let's petition to get him off. It's not going to work. And what these dumb broads don't understand is it's bringing him more attention. He's going to get more people to his page, more subscribers, because now people are looking at what he said. He over there telling that we need to hit these.
Bad press is good press.
So they're dumb, and he ain't going nowhere.
As my boy O'Shea says, they weaving and sandaling it up.
Weaving and sanding it up.
Shout out to
O'Shea.
There he is.
That's my guy right there.
Make sure y'all support his channel. Give him a follow right now. O'Shea Duke Jackson.
That's my guy. That's